Hello everyone, Sam Smith here with a Blu-ray collecting update and some news on some Blu-ray covers that I've been doing and will be doing. As you guys know, designer of key art, movie posters, Blu-ray covers. I'm a collector as well. So today I'm unboxing some new things I've gotten recently from some boutique labels that you guys probably all know and enjoy, including a box from the Criterion flash sale. So former Criterion cover designer and major Criterion collector, love everything they're doing and adding more into the Criterion library today. But first, before we open these, I want to tell you about some of the projects I'm working on, including a big announcement. So hang tight. I've been doing some boutique Blu-ray covers for some of these great new labels. We're talking Radiance, Cinematograph, Vinegar Syndrome, and soon Deaf Crocodile, I hope. In talks with them on one right now. But coming soon from Radiance, you're going to have Themrock and A Tale of Sorrow and Sadness, the Seijun Suzuki film. I don't have sample copies of either of these yet, but you can see them on my Instagram, see the art. I do have sample copies of these two coming in. Cinematograph, which is Justin La Liberty's label from Vinegar Syndrome at OCN Distribution, or from OCN, I should say. Justin formed this label for Forgotten American Gems. And this is Last of the Red Hot Lovers with Alan Arkin. It's really funny. It's a Neil Simon play. This had a lot of legal requirements. That's thus all the text on the front with all the actors and actresses. But these are beautiful editions. They're extra big. So if you see like a normal Blu-ray, size. So here's a normal Blu-ray size, and here's Last of the Red Hot Lovers. So quite big on your shelf. You kind of need a special place for them. The first Cinematograph release was Little Darlings, which I was able to watch recently to finally catch up with, and it's just great. Directed by Ronald Maxwell, story by Kimmy Peck, starring Tatum O'Neal and Christy McNichol. Really great young girls coming of age summer camp movie. But this is great. I want you guys all to know about this, and I'm really convinced that Alan Arkin in this film is certainly based on, certainly was the inspiration for George Costanza on Seinfeld. That's just my personal theory there. And if you look at the back, I want to show you the reverse cover art as well. They come with a little J card like this, kind of like an Obi strip. And on the back, here's my reverse art with Alan Arkin. So he's great in it, and I hope you guys will check that out. They also come in a nice cloth-bound media book here with embossed or foil or colored stamping. And then a whole booklet designed by Haunt Love. So cheers to Justin for that. Both Justins, Justin La Liberty and Haunt Love. Also out from Vinegar Syndrome, I have this title I've designed for, this cover I've designed for Brimstone and Treacle. Very happy with how this one turned out. This is the Sting film. It's really bizarre and demented and dark. Here's some awesome original poster art inside. The slipcase is just, my art is just on the slipcase. So if you want that art on your shelf, took a lot of hours on that one. It was fun. I've got some others as well coming out. And my big news I want to share with you guys is, as you guys know, I designed the house poster for Janice and Obayashi's film. It's been a long time. We've been waiting for more Obayashi films to come to Blu-ray and to come to US release. It's finally happening thanks to Cult Epics, a boutique label that is going to be releasing 4 Obayashi films on Blu-ray. School in the Crosshairs, The Little Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Conquered Time, however you want to say that title. His Motorbiker Island, and The Island Closest to Heaven. Happy to announce I will be designing the Blu-ray covers for these 4 films. I'm so excited. I reached out to Cult Epics and we just immediately clicked on this idea. And I've already worked on, I've already completed one and some more will be coming. So you want to follow Cult Epics for all news about that. And I'll have more to say about that in the future. Very excited, and shout out to all the people at Videodrome and the Terra Theater in Atlanta who are screening the films right now, and I did a little video intro for them as well. So really fun stuff. Okay, also rolling in on the desk is the A24 Brutalist edition. One of my favorite films of last year. Loved it. While in Atlanta, I picked up a couple things actually from Videodrome. So my Videodrome is an amazing video store in Atlanta. I just so jealous that Nashville doesn't have something like that. I grabbed the Blu-ray of Delicatessen here. This is the Severin edition of Janae and Karo's film. Love this one. Also picked up Kurosawa's Pulse, Kiyoshi Kurosawa. And I'm very into Czech fairy tale films, and I had not yet checked this one out, pun intended. The Pied Piper, Comeback Company. I'm not familiar with who put this out, but I went ahead and grabbed this because I had to see it. Any Czech fairy tale film, it's got a lot of, I think it's all stop motion and puppetry, so I'm excited to watch that. Speaking of Czech fairy tales, I also got this one from Second Run. This one was recommended by DJ over at Films by Color. Shout out to you. I'm really glad I was turned on to this film. I just checked out a little bit of it. I can't wait to really watch the whole thing. I'm really excited for this. Three Wishes for Cinderella. It's one I'm not familiar with. And I was also exploring the Deaf Crocodile collection. And I think I got one in one of these boxes from Deaf Crocodile. They also do a lot of good Czech and kind of Eastern European horror, fairy tale and folklore films. Some of them are horror-ish, but not really. But I just discovered I heard about this film, Ruslan and Ludmilla, which all of these covers were done by the incredible Tony Stella. Amazing poster artist working right now, who's a really nice guy. We've chatted quite a bit, and he's just doing incredible work, banging them out so fast. But these are these epic, I don't know how to describe them. They're Russian kind of epic fantasy, historical fantasy films. Ruslan and Ludmilla looks absolutely amazing, and there's a whole set of them. Sampo, well, let's see, Tale of the Tsar Sultan, Sampo, and then this one, Ilya and Moromets. Ilya Moromets. I've heard great things about all these, especially Ilya, Tony says is the one. And then Ruslan and Ludmilla. And this was a box set you can't get anymore. I actually happened to find someone on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook, like some group on Facebook who had these, and I was able to buy them from him. He didn't want them anymore. So got lucky there. A couple other quick pickups from Arrow that I finally tracked down. These were like things, I know I'm like getting a lot of Blu-rays here and my collection is growing, but I try to find really good deals. I wait for years until something I have been looking for is available at a friendly price. One of those was Terry Gilliam's Tideland. This is an out-of-print Arrow Blu-ray. I'm a big Gilliam fan, but particularly Tideland is, to me, one of the most underappreciated of the films. And then this edition of The Apartment. The actual cover art that you would see online is this here, but Arrow always does the reversible. And I really wanted this one because having the reversible original key art is just so nice for me. And especially for The Apartment, there is it's almost a Saul Bass looking design. Of course, it's just typical of the mid-century poster design. It's just excellent layout there with the beautiful red, black and white and yellow colors. So I love this. The Apartment's one of my favorite like older Hollywood films. All right, so we're gonna get into 3 boxes. I've got one box from Target, who is having a crazy flash sale. I've got one box from Deep Discount DVD, who is having a crazy Easter. All these people are doing spring sales. And I got my big Criterion box. We'll go for last. Okay, ready to get into it? Let's go. This is random stuff, and it's not any huge deal, any of these Target pickups. They were just like really good price. They were like buy 2, get 1 free for a certain amount of Blu-rays, and the prices were already cheap. So I just grabbed some like library titles of recent films and things I've been meaning to get. I'm not going to spend too much time going through all of them, but The Lobster, Yorgos Lanthimos. Banshees of Inisherin. These were all like $8 to $10 or $12 at the most. Bonnie and Clyde, been needing this for my library. I love this film very much. Best in Show, had to have that one. Love me some Christopher Guest, sorry. Good Time, Safdie Brothers, excellent film. Boogie Nights, PTA. There'll probably be like a big deluxe amazing special edition of this at some point, but I wanted to go ahead and have the Blu-ray. It's already got 2 commentaries on it. I want to have these. I used to have the old DVD special edition, so I wanted this, and I do like the cover art on that version of Boogie Nights. Got the Shout Select edition of The Burbs with Tom Hanks. One of the great kind of high concept, bizarre 80s comedies / black comedies. Tarantino's Death Proof. I don't care much for Planet Terror, but I really do want Death Proof in my library. I love that Love that Tarantino film. Another genre film, The Host from Bong Joon-ho. I'd never had this in my collection. So again, just picking up random titles like this that I've always been meaning to grab. Schindler's List, one more, and The Mission. So these are like very dad movies, right? I've been joking with my friends that I'm just buying dad movies. So if you look at all these, oh my God, man. Bonnie and Clyde, Banshees, they're all dad movies. Guys, these are literally all dad movies. I'm everything about a dad without the dad. So, next up, we got Deep Discount DVD. They were having a great sale as well. It's like a Spring Madness sale, 15% off everything in stock. And I really, like I said, I keep a spreadsheet actually of titles I want, and I get them only from the sites that have them at the absolute cheapest. So we'll go through some of these. I actually forgot what I bought, so this will be fun. This is a new edition from Vinegar Syndrome that I was really curious about. I have not seen these films, but the trailer really sold me on them. I'm not too into the horror and gore and like kind of like cult horror movie thing, but certain ones that have like especially like a mystical edge I'm really into, and these looked particularly good. The Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal. And I don't know, I was watching the trailer, and I don't know which one of the films it is, but one of them seemed really up my alley. The other one seemed also cool, but I'm excited to like watch both of these and like see which one I really connect with. Another Yorgos, Dogtooth. Never had Dogtooth on Blu-ray. I've just been, again, waiting for the price to go down. Got this for like maybe $12.99, $13. Skinamarink. This is one that I was a big champion of. Again, I'm not a big horror person, but when something's really artsy and interesting like that, I really get into it. And I was a big champion of Skinamarink when it came out. Parenthood. My wife and I have been watching a lot of like 90s, just kind of run-of-the-mill 90s movies, because even that like standard average run-of-the-mill 90s movies they just don't make those movies anymore, and so you appreciate them a lot more for what they are. Great ensemble cast, of course, Keanu Reeves, Mary Steenburgen. It's just an excellent cast. Diane Wiest. I love any Steve Martin film as well, so that had to be there. And here it is. Yes, great. So my big Deaf Crocodile item I wanted was this film called The Golden Fern. I couldn't decide between the limited edition box versus this standard edition case. I went with the standard edition. Beth Morris actually does all these interior designs. I did not realize that. So Beth Morris, shout out to you. I like this kind of inverted cover here, but this is another one of those like kind of dark fairy tale films from Czechoslovakia. I'm so excited to discover this. I've not seen it. I bought it blind. I knew this was going to be totally up my alley. Again, Films by Color, DJ, totally recommended this, and we very much see eye to eye when it comes to like the fairy tale and folklore cinema. It's one of my absolute favorite genres. So just the fact that Deaf Crocodile is digging out more of this kind of stuff, cannot wait to see this. And again, explore more of Deaf Crocodile, and hopefully I'm collaborating with them as well on something soon. We have Koreeda, Broker. I said Shoplifter because Shoplifter actually released this week. They finally released a Blu-ray of Shoplifters, excuse me. So Broker, I had to have it. I really loved Broker. Maybe not quite as much as Shoplifters, but I liked it more than a lot of people. Also picked up this Severin one called The Psychic, which is not how I knew it. The title I knew it by was like Setta Nota in Nero, which is like the Italian title, I guess. It's actually a Fulci film. Yeah, this is a Lucio Fulci film. Again, I don't get too deep into the Italian horror, but certain ones I really like. And of course, the cover art is incredible, but the score for this one, I'm trying to remind myself who did it. Yeah, it's just one of those Bixio Frizzi Tempera scores. Incredible Italian horror soundtracks. I had a soundtrack radio show called OST. It's still archived on Mixcloud, but I did this for a long time. I'm a big film score nerd, and I love Italian horror soundtracks more than the films themselves. So usually, so part of it is like I watch the film just to hear the soundtrack and see how it all plays out in the film. Okay, another Koreeda. I actually went ahead and grabbed Monster as well. Again, great prices on all these during these sales. I kind of wait, and then when a big sale comes, I catch up with a bunch of things. So Monster, amazing. Beautiful, beautiful film from a couple years ago. Okay, a couple other real deep library titles, just like the Target buys that I just needed to have for a long time is The Witches. This is a favorite from my childhood. Went ahead and grabbed this. We have The Thing. This is like an $8 Blu-ray. You know, I don't maybe love The Thing as much as other people. It's probably my favorite John Carpenter film, I guess. Shout out to Adrian. I wanted the cover with the Drew Struzan art, and sending mad love out to Drew Struzan, the absolute GOAT right now, as he's going through some difficulty in his family. Drew, you're not listening to this, but if you are, thank you for everything. And that's one of your best posters. Big Fish, Tim Burton. This was Tim Burton's last stand, as far as I'm concerned. This was a great one. I worked at Columbia Pictures, actually, when this was released, so I have a lot of personal memories attached to that film and it being released. And then two others. Oh, baby, yes. Been wanting to get this forever. Shout out to Brandon. It's Joe versus the Volcano. Again, you know, this Blu-ray is usually like $25 or something, but this was on crazy sale. And I was like, yes, finally, I waited. Patience paid off, and I have Joe versus the Volcano. Great. And then another favorite film of the last 3, 4, 5 years for me was Happening. Absolutely great film. Love this. So check this out if you haven't. I'm warning you, it's incredibly intense, but I love incredibly intense. That's what I live for. Why not, right? Life is short. Okay, now it's time for the big Criterion box, and we've got 15 minutes, so hopefully I'll go pretty fast. I'll save this part for last, if you can predict what this is. All right, let's see what Criterions we are adding to our Criterion collection. Okay, from Janus Contemporaries, not technically Criterion Collection spine number, but last summer. And again, shout out to Brandon. This is Catherine Breillat's film from last year. I loved it. It was in my top 15 or so of last year. Remake and just beautifully done. We also have from Janus Contemporaries, Evil Does Not Exist. And on the flash sales, you're getting these for $15. So Hamaguchi's film, Evil Does Not Exist. And again, shout out to Brandon. Brandon does some of the layouts on these. Ooh, yes. This was at the Grimey's record store, and it was from a big used collection they had, and someone snatched it right in front of me, Stuart, actually. But I went ahead and got it on the flash sale, the Chantal Akerman Masterpieces box set. Really excited. I mean, other than Jean Dielman, I've not explored Ackerman's work, and I've always wanted to. So, you know, this is just a beautiful thing to have in the library to go to whenever I'm ready for that next discovery. Really looking forward to getting more into her work. Another Janus Contemporaries, Ryuichi Sakamoto Opus. This was top 3 or 4 for me last year. If I had the balls, I would have put it at number 1 for the year. Sakamoto's one of my absolute favorite composers and musicians, and he passed away. This is his final work, and it is, like it says, an opus. It is unbelievably beautiful. It's a meditation in cinema when you can take the time to watch it. This one, I was surprised I actually didn't have, because this is one of like the first Criterion DVDs I bought back in the day, but it was Band of Outsiders. Yeah, man, back in early Criterion collecting days, I was so excited for all the Godards I was discovering, and Band of Outsiders is probably one of my favorite Godards for that reason, just because I love Anna Karina as well. So had to pick up Band of Outsiders. We have Bob Dylan, Don't Look Back, the essential documentary on Dylan from the era, D.A. Panabaker. Absolutely essential. And I couldn't believe I didn't have it. So just going down in order of priority when these sales happen and trying to pick up the next most important Criterion for my library. Another one I can't believe I didn't have, Cuarón's Y Tu Mama Tambien. Cuarón is probably one of my top 10 directors working. You know, the show he did, Disclaimer, was a little bit of a letdown. I'll agree with everyone on that. But everything else he's done has been phenomenal to me. I wrote a lot about him when I was at NYU. I wrote on his films and how childhood is an important part of all his films and coming of age. And this one, it definitely applies to as well. This is right before he got hired for Harry Potter, and then, of course, later made so many other great films. Even Gravity, which is not totally my thing, it was masterfully done. And then Roma, absolute outright masterpiece. Love Cuarón. I can't believe I didn't have this. So, Y Tu Mama Tambien. And that's the bottom of this box. I made good time, guys. I made good time. Now I get to crack into this box. It's part of the Criterion box. Can anyone guess what it is? I will give you a hint and say this was a big treat, a big splurge, and I want to thank Judy, my mom, because she helped me get this as my birthday present, because there's just something you couldn't really feel like you could splurge on for yourself you needed someone else to say, I want to help you get this as a gift. It's going to be partially my treat. So we split it. And it is the Agnes Varda box set. Wow. You know, she's, what can you say? She's just one of the best. And I'm sometimes in these videos I talk about like my Mount Rushmore of cinema, or like your sight and sound list. And while I don't know if she's literally one of the 4 I would pick that's had the most influence on me, because I haven't even seen all of her films, which is partly why I grabbed this. She's so important, and everything she's done has been so inspiring and beautiful. So I absolutely knew that getting this box would be something important for my education as a film watcher. And even though I've only seen a handful of these, of course, Cleo, One Sings the Other Doesn't, which I worked on, the Criterion title, so her documentaries like The Gleaners and I and The Beaches of Agnes, Faces, Places, but a lot of these other films I've not seen yet, and I really am excited to go in. Now, the boxes are all kind of different. You can see Criterion, they make the Bergman box, for example, is this size, and each director box is almost a different size. You kind of got to find an area and just kind of have these. The only ones I have are this, the Godzilla behind me, and then Varda. But, you know, there's the Fellini box as well, and others. Oh, cool. There's an old picture of her there, and the young Varda and old Varda with the purple. Great color scheme with the yellow and purple. I'm not sure who designed this, and we'll find out. We have a beautiful book here. I want to display this and show you guys what you're getting. Wow, this is a full-on book. I mean, this is just amazing. For the book alone. Wow. Let's see, for the designer, I just want to see here. Century Studio, right. And shout out to Sarah Habibi. Love you. And just beautiful work all around, man. This box here has all the discs. We're going to have these pages with the panels of the discs. Oh, wow. Each one's got multiple films, I guess. That's crazy. It's wild. Oh, they're shorts. Okay, so we got some shorts. Nice. I'm so excited about this, man. So, yeah, that's my big Christmas present. Thanks, Mom. Find yourself a mom who gets you Agnes Varda Blu-rays. And, oh, wow, cool inside. Some cartoons in there. All right, man, that's going to do it for today, but I wanted you guys to hear this exciting news about the Obayashi Blu-rays that I'll be doing. Very exciting. And follow all my new boutique Blu-ray covers and more on my Instagram, Sam's Myth. Sometimes post on Twitter too, but they're just getting no interaction, so don't know what the point of that is anymore. But still on Instagram and now here on YouTube, posting these kind of random videos every now and then. And yeah, wearing my Mario shirt because today was the announcement of the Switch 2 officially in Mario Kart World. Yeah, leave a comment if you are big fans of any of these titles or have any recommendations for me of things to watch based on what I've opened. And thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you guys in the next one.